Welcome, once again, to Taste Like Disney. My name is Joey, and today we will be making the Tonga Toast from Walt Disney's Kona Cafe, located in the Polynesian Resort. And Sophie and I are outside again. We're going to attempt this. We tried last time. Sophie's growling at something, although it kind of sounds like she's just trying to clear her throat. That's usually how she growls. So I thought that we would attempt to film outside again. It's not as windy, and Baloo isn't falling over yet. But there are always a lot of obstacles out here. Like, I'm not sure what Sophie's even growling at, to be honest. But anyway, Sophie does have a question for me. And it is, where else can you find Tonga Toast? And you can also find Tonga Toast at Captain Cook's, which is the fast service restaurant at the Polynesian Resort. Sophie. And she also had another question. Try not to overheat the oil this time. She always has to throw one of those in. Sort of jabs at me, you know. Yes, I won't. I actually have a candy thermometer that I'm going to use so the oil does not get over 350 degrees, because last time it did get too hot. But I turned it down, and I mean, it was fine. So anyway, yes, let's get inside. Sophie can catch whatever she's after over here. I've actually been to the Kona Cafe many times, and I always get the Tonga Toast. It is fantastic. And once again, you can find this recipe for Tonga Toast in Delish Loves Disney, and I will leave a link to where you can buy that in the description of the video. First thing we're going to do is make the strawberry compote, and this recipe makes 4, or it serves 4, so I am going to cut it in half. So we need 1 1/4 cup of sliced strawberries, 8 tablespoons of coconut milk, and 1 1/2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And we are going to blend this until it's smooth. Okay, next we're going to make the cinnamon sugar. So we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Alright, you're going to mix that together with a fork. Next we're going to make the batter. So 2 eggs, which would be 4. Don't forget, I am halving this because we're only making it for 2. Okay, then you're going to whisk the eggs and add 2/3 cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of sugar. And then mix that well, and we'll set it aside and get ready to cut the bread. So we have our bread, so we're going to cut this into 3-inch thick slices, and I measured this in a Post-it note. It's exactly 3 inches on all sides. Very interesting. Alright, so let's see, I'll cut this in half. So we will measure it with the Post-it note. And that is a gigantic piece. Wow. Look at the size of that thing. So I'm starting to see here that was a round sourdough loaf. So I'm thinking it usually isn't this big. I think if it was a regular size loaf. So what I'm going to do is cut this in half because this is absurdly gigantic. You take a Disney princess, a banana, and peel that. And it kind of broke here, so, but you're just going to cut it in half once and cut it in half again, lengthwise. Should be interesting. So we're going to cut some out of the middle of each of these and give ourselves enough room to stuff our bananas in there, but you do not want to cut it all the way through. And then you're going to just take out some of the middle part here, and like I said, make sure not to go all the way through to the other end. I might have went a little deep on this one. And then you're going to stuff in your 2 pieces of banana slices. And that's actually just about perfect. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, the oil is almost at 350. Sophie. Alright, so first we're going to dip our bread down into the batter on all sides. And then the part that scares Sophie the most, down into the oil for 4 to 5 minutes. And also, one thing you can do that I did not do is use a larger pot and more oil, obviously. So you don't have to turn it as many times as I'm doing here. But, you know, it's me. Alright, I think it's done. So you want to take that out of the oil, then roll it in the cinnamon and sugar mix, which I should have used a larger bowl for this also. Okay, after a little jockeying around here, I think I got it. So then you're going to transfer this to a plate. Wow, that looks fantastic. And then you're going to put a little bit of our chilled strawberry compote all over there. And if you don't like strawberry compote, you can use maple syrup. And if you don't like that, you don't have to use anything. And there you have it, Walt Disney's Tonga Toast. It doesn't look just like the picture in the magazine, but close enough. So let's cut into this thing and give it a try. Alright, so I cut into this thing so you can see how it looks on the inside. And it looks so good. So let's give this a try, guys. Wow. Well, that was delicious. It pretty much tasted the same as the Tonga Toast I got at the actual Kona Cafe. The mix of bananas and the strawberry compote. Like I said, the bananas when I was frying it did keep coming out, so I just pushed them back in, but maybe when you do it, make sure that they're down there deep. But again, it doesn't matter, because when it comes out, you can actually take the bananas out and spread it on top even, which my wife did that. She tried it and loved it. So that was her idea. I cannot take credit. Something else, the subscribe button is actually a picture of Sophie and I in the, what would be your left-hand corner. Guess it depends which way you're facing, right, Sophie? Yeah. Also, if you're confused by all this, just think of how I feel. Wow. Just wow.